for the most part, there's people all over the place. It's unbelievable.
This has been happening all over the country this year.
All right, so for those of you who know me, and if you don't, now you're gonna know, I love nostalgia. I mean, just look at my room. We got my vintage PVM right here with the GameCube hooked up, the PS2, the VCR, all my VHS tapes, and just this is just nostalgia heaven over here. All the vintage toys, and it's a good time in here. But also, one thing that I do love is when places are stuck in time. It brings me back to like the 90s or like the 80s. It's just like super nostalgic, and I love it. And one thing that is stuck in time most of the time is malls. Malls are slowly dying, and today we're gonna do like a vlog slash documentary, Vlogumentary of the Crystal Mall in Connecticut, because every time I go there, it's super nostalgic, it's stuck in time. I just love it. And I really don't think you'll understand until we get there. So let's go. I'll be back, okay? I'll see you when I get back. He doesn't care. So instead of boring you with an average car montage, let me just state this before we just get to the mall. If you do enjoy this video at all, you want me to make more content like this, because I'm sure there's more abandoned places in Connecticut I would actually like to explore, please hit that subscribe button down below and hit the like button. Leave a comment, let me know what you think of this video. It would mean a lot. The Crystal Mall in Waterford, Connecticut was opened in 1984. It was one of the only regional malls in the area at the time. But during its popular period, major anchors such as Sears, JCPenney, and Jordan Marsh called this mall home. Fast forward to 2022 and the mall is somewhat stuck in time and abandoned looking. And the only main anchors left are JCPenney, a Starbucks, and a few other surrounding stores. The future of this mall is unclear. So we made it, as you can tell behind me, just looks abandoned from the outside. Like, we're gonna go around the whole mall and just kind of get a look at it, but just from out here, like, I don't know what store would have been here, but it just already looks abandoned. After a long ride up here, we have a lot of exploring to do. Slowly rotting. If anybody knows what store was here, put it down below in the comments. This is only one section. We still have a whole mall to see. We're just gonna drive around the whole thing. Again, another little section. Looked like just like the other one that we just saw. But when you keep going down, I mean, you have basically the anchors of this place: the Starbucks, Crystal Mall, Buffalo Wild Wings. You know, the main anchors of this spot. Looks like, yep, that's where the old Macy's used to be, right there. Store's closed, and I actually have footage from inside and when that closed, and I'm going to show that in a little bit. We kind of give like a cinematic look inside the mall. But just outdated brick covering this place. Stop at the stop sign real quick, but I want to point out the parking lot just empty. I mean, once you get over to the Starbucks and Buffalo Wild Wings over there, it starts filling up a little bit more, but just sad. Like, malls are definitely not what they used to be. You're gonna hear me say that a lot in this video, but this is nuts, man. JCPenney. Looks so old school. I do love it though, don't get me wrong. All this stuff I do love because it's stuck in time, it looks like. We'll come back to this later, the old school food court. That's where we're gonna enter later on when we go inside. Old school Christmas tree shop logo. Right there in the truck. And obviously you already know what's over here is Bed Bath & Beyond and Christmas tree shop, if you couldn't tell. Here we go. Look at this. Old school. And my favorite part though is when you go down this way, you don't see those like the old school like window panels, and like that's incredible. Got your Edlin's over there, another mall storefront that would have been there, not there anymore. It's kind of sad. Looks like they're renting out their parking lot. Fluid truck share. I don't know what would have been over here. Again, if you know what was over here at one point, maybe it's just a garage for trucks, but going downhill, that's for sure. Wow. All right, so we came back to our starting spot. It's just something about this place, frozen. It's just frozen. I'm forgetting what it's called while I'm recording this, and of course, I'll just voice over it here.
Liminal space.
But Lumetry, I think it's Lumetry, spaces. This is like a Lumetry space. But yeah, just wild to see it. Completely looks abandoned on the outside. Parking lot is dead, unless you go obviously close to like a Starbucks or the Buffalo Wild Wings. Those got to be the main anchors to this mall. This is pretty sweet. They still have the working neon lights. I love this vintage food court. Here we go. Let's take a look inside. So it's actually pretty nice to see a food court up and running because these are pretty rare, especially in Connecticut. But I'm loving the neon signs and stuff like that. You just don't see those anymore. We are our first closed store over here. We're not gonna go into any stores right now, but just know that right here is my favorite store in the whole mall. Another closed store. I think this used to be Champs. Yep, Champs. Closed. That's crazy. Pretty dead in here. We'll go down that way in a second. Now over here, I'm actually super excited to cut to this, and I was able to see it right before it closed. Obviously this used to be the Macy's, but you could see the sign right here. Store is closed.
Super weird. This Macy's is literally gone. Holy crap. It's empty. It's kind of terrifying.
It's Saturday night basically, and like no one's here. Back in the day, this must have been like crazy. Another closed store. You probably can't hear the ambient music in the back, but it just, with no one here, this is wild. Dude, barely any foot traffic. Zoomies, I mean, there's always a Zoomies in a mall, no surprise. Another closed store. This looks like it probably was a Gap at one point. Yeah, definitely a Gap at one point. Now just nothing. Not sure what that would have been, but I don't know what this would have been either. Still got the little carousel. Dude, look at this. Look at this. This is actually crazy. No foot traffic at all. Oh my God. It's a Saturday night. Even the Old Navy, old school look. Completely looks abandoned. This is nuts. Okay, we're going up. If we can, we're gonna see if we can go up. If not, we'll get up there somehow, some way. This whole corner of the mall is just like nothing. I'm legit one of the only people over here in this corner of the mall. It's just wild to see this. Malls are literally slowly fading out. You keep hearing me say that, but it's true. It's slowly going down. It's sad, all because of online. Amazon, all that stuff. I don't think this is their slogan anymore. It could be, but we have one close to home and the logo's gone off of the one close to home. Different logo, different slogan. Wow. I now see why they call it the Crystal Mall. Let's actually head towards the dead corner first, upstairs, and then we'll head that way, which has my absolute favorite nostalgic store in this whole mall. Like, I can't believe it every time. I videotape it every time on my phone, but I gotta get it in 4K so you guys could see. You rarely see these anymore. I could just see it now when this place is abandoned down the road one day. These are just gonna be smashed. I'm calling it, I'm calling it, I'm calling it. You never see these kind of carpets either in most malls. I don't know what was there. I'm guessing a Sears was here. Closed, boarded up. Look at this. Old carpet, solid. Gonna get a little creepy. We're gonna take a look at what's behind the curtain. Another clothes store. Another clothes store. For those of you who don't know, I used to work there. GNC, they fired me. Putting it out there. This was a Hollister. Gone. Another store. Gone. You're out of business. You're out of business. It's like Oprah giving out free cars. Another clothes store. Another clothes store. Now the moment has come where we're gonna go into my favorite store and a real step back in time. The FYE here. This is crazy. It has the neon lights still. Let's just jump right in and get a look at what's inside. When I was younger, but doing it now. So I was just talking to somebody that works here and she said these carpets have been here since the mall opened, basically, or they opened this store. So that's gonna conclude our little inside tour. I'm gonna put our cinematic video in here at some point, but again, yeah, slowly fading away, at least for right now. Who knows if somebody has plans to kind of remodel it, we'll see. But I'm just glad we got to document a lot of this stuff before, God forbid, it goes away.